Sarah Michelle Gellar rose to fame thanks to her breakout role as the fierce and determined Buffy Summers in the cult classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer. However, despite the show premiering in March 1997 and quickly becoming a defining series of the late 90s, Gellar admits she didn't fully grasp the impact of the show until months later, long after the cameras had stopped rolling on the first season. In a recent exclusive interview with People, the actress, now 48, reflected on the early days of the series. "Right after Buffy premiered, I actually left town," Gellar recalled. "I went down to North Carolina to shoot I Know What You Did Last Summer. At the time, they didn't even have the WB network there, so I had no idea how the show was doing or if anyone was even watching it." The lack of instant feedback from social media or streaming platforms meant that Gellar and many others involved in the show had to rely on indirect signals to gauge its popularity. "I kept calling my co-star Allison Hannigan to ask if people were actually watching the Supernatural series," she said. The answer came unexpectedly during another project. While filming Scream 2 in Atlanta, Gellar, who played the ill-fated sorority sister Cece Cooper, noticed something different. "I was there with Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox and others, and people kept coming up to me and recognizing me from Buffy," she said. This real-world recognition was the first sign to Gellar that the show was finding a devoted audience. "I called Allison and said, I think people are watching the show." Allison Hannigan, who portrayed Willow Rosenberg, Buffy's brainy and loyal best friend who discovers her own witchcraft powers, had a similar awakening to the show's cultural impact. She remembers attending a fan convention early in the series' life where the Buffy panel was so popular it had to be moved to a larger room to accommodate the crowd. "It was standing room only," Hannigan recalled. "I looked at David Boreanaz, who plays Angel, and thought, people watch this show?" Both actresses agree that Buffy the Vampire Slayer grew slowly but steadily, partly because it aired before the era of social media and streaming. "We filmed the whole first season in this bubble before it aired," Hannigan explained. "So it really was a slow burn. But honestly, I feel like it's even more popular now than it was back then." Gellar nodded in agreement, adding, "It might be." The show aired for 7 successful seasons, from 1997 to 2003. It first ran on the WB network before moving to UPN. The series became a pop culture phenomenon, with a richly developed cast including Nicholas Brendon, Anthony Stewart Head, Charisma Carpenter, Seth Green, Michelle Trachtenberg, and James Marsters. David Boreanaz's character Angel was so beloved he spun off into his own series, Angel, which aired from 1999 to 2004. Buffy was also one of the earliest TV shows to cultivate a passionate online fandom. Dedicated message boards allowed fans to connect, discuss episodes, and even interact with the cast. Hannigan fondly remembers having her own official login to chat with fans. "It was pretty groundbreaking at the time," she said. Gellar credits the show's enduring success largely to its fans. "That love and passion for the show is why we're still here," she said. Hannigan laughed as she recounted a recent encounter with a fan who explained that not only did their mother love the show, but their grandmother did too. "I said, okay, you can stop there. For the loyal Buffy fans still holding out hope, there is good news on the horizon." Gellar recently announced that she will be involved in a new Buffy series coming to Hulu, though the project is still untitled. In a video posted on May 15, Gellar told 15-year-old actress Ryan Kira Armstrong that she would be the new lead Slayer. While details remain under wraps, fans are excited to see the beloved universe continue, though it's not yet clear if Allison Hannigan or other original cast members will return. Beyond their acting careers and Buffy nostalgia, Gellar and Hannigan have teamed up with pharmaceutical company GSK for the Ask to Be Sure campaign. The campaign's goal is to encourage parents to start important health conversations with their teens, specifically around meningitis vaccination. Meningococcal disease, more commonly known as meningitis, is an infection that causes inflammation of the membranes surrounding the brain and spinal cord. According to the Mayo Clinic, it is rare but can progress rapidly and have devastating consequences. Hannigan explained, "It's uncommon, but it can be extremely serious, sometimes leading to death within 24 hours. Gellar admitted she was shocked to learn that 1 in 10 people who contract meningitis die from the disease. "Ultimately, the message we want to get across is that knowledge is power," she said. From Supernatural Slayer to health advocate, Sarah Michelle Gellar and Allison Hannigan remain beloved figures to multiple generations of fans. Their journey, from filming in relative obscurity to becoming cultural icons, and now raising awareness about important health issues, illustrates the enduring impact of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the people behind it. Nearly 3 decades after it first aired, the show's legacy continues to grow, fueled by passionate fans old and new who keep the spirit of Sunnydale alive.